I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. Today I want to talk about this powerful power of acceptance. You can change your life, you can change your health, you can change your relationships. Whatever it is that you want to change in your life, you can change it in the next second, in the next hour, in the next week. The moment you decide to cultivate the habit of acceptance. Such a powerful word, yet so misunderstood. When people are told about acceptance, they immediately say, but why should I be a doormat? Acceptance is not about you being a doormat. Acceptance is not about you being not allowed to express yourself or say something back to someone. Acceptance is way beyond that. Acceptance is you letting go of things that you cannot control, people that you cannot control. We have to understand in life, all of us have this natural tendency of feeling entitlement. We feel that people should behave the way we want them to behave. We feel that people should say the things that we want to hear. But life doesn't work that way. We know that for sure. That is beyond our control. And the more we keep trying to control the things or people that are beyond our control, the more our suffering increases, the more our pain and our frustration increases. Fine, you've gone through a past where you're still holding grudges against, or you've gone through pain, you've gone through betrayal. Okay, that's the past. No matter what you do right now, you cannot change what has happened. Let's say you've been let down by a partner or a lover. You can go over to that person and slap them, okay? And you can feel better, or you can still feel miserable because you're still emotionally attached to what you cannot control. It's already happened. It's gone. That's the point. Acceptance is not about you saying what you want. You don't have to become a doormat and be walked all over. In fact, that's bad for you. Acceptance is that if something is happening in your life right now, ask yourself this question. Is it within my control? If it is within my control, what can I do? Take that action. By not taking action, you're stuck. You're stuck in victim mode. You're stuck in non-action. Nothing's ever going to change. Okay, you need to take action. Now, if the answer is no, there's nothing, it's beyond my control. There's nothing I can do. The flight is late. No matter how much I scream, no matter how much I sulk, the flight isn't going to be on time. It's a wasted emotion. Likewise with a particular person. If you cannot change that person and you keep putting in effort and you're getting angry and frustrated and disgusted, but that person isn't going to change, your suffering increases. A lot of people, when they get into relationships, marriages, whatever it is, okay, a lot of them get in with this false belief that, oh, now I'm going to be married, I will be able to change that person. That is your biggest mistake. If you think by getting into a relationship that you are going to be able to change a person, you've already started building your own suffering. If you get into a relationship without cultivating the practice of acceptance, your relationship is bound to fail. There's going to be resistance, there's going to be conflict, there's going to be fights, letdown, unhappiness, bitterness, resentment, sadness, and all of these things. Because you need to understand that people don't have to be the way you want them to be. Even you fall in love. Okay, it doesn't mean that that person has to say everything right to you or the way you want to hear it. It doesn't mean that person has to have all the perfect behaviors. You have to have and be able to tolerate something within your boundaries. Of course, we're not saying to tolerate bad stuff. That's why you draw boundaries. That's why boundaries are so powerful. Anything outside of your boundary, you have the choice. Accept, let go. You still have a choice. Most people are suffering because they don't want to make decisions to accept or let go. They're stuck between. That is a space of suffering. If you are between acceptance and you are between letting go, that space is only confusion and suffering. Now, no one can ever change that for you but yourself. Let's take, for example, you're trying to lose weight, okay? But you're lazy. You need to accept the fact that that is your obstacle, okay? You can't expect a diet to fix it, more exercise to fix it, fat loss supplements to fix it. If you are lazy, you need to accept that as your truth and you need to work with that. Otherwise, you don't improve. You need to understand, if you need to let go of too much of sugar and junk food to improve your health, that's what you need to do. You can't go on trying to find solutions for something that requires a different action. So again, when it comes to acceptance, like I said, don't be a doormat. Okay, if I want to react to someone right now, it's a choice to react or to step back and come back and prepare and go to that person and say, hey, listen, with all respect, these are the things you said. They don't work for me. Okay, it hurt me. I don't think you should have said this. Okay, so you see, you are taking corrective action, but you are not accepting their behavior. You are still taking corrective action, so you don't have to feel like a victim. Fine, you may get angry and shout. It makes all of us feel a little bit better. Okay, at the end of the day, if you cannot change something, you need to accept it. There is no other way. No amount of chanting, no amount of meditation, no amount of organic food, walks in nature will bring you peace in your heart unless you learn to cultivate the habit of acceptance and letting go. Now, why is it so difficult for us to accept and let go? Simple answer that most people will not like to hear: our ego and our pride. In most cases, it's our ego and our pride that has gotten hurt and has become our obstacle to acceptance or letting go. Like, why? Why did she say this to me? Why did he say that to me? Why should I take this? How dare this happens? How dare this person does this? How dare I don't get the promotion? Okay, it's our ego and pride. Yes, maybe everyone around you is wrong and you are right. But now, can you change it? If yes, go ahead and do it. If no, you have a choice. Accept, let go, move on, get out of that relationship, get out of that career, get out of that workplace. You have a choice. The responsibility is on you. Like, I'm not taking away from your pain. I said, everyone might be wrong. Yes, your partner should not have done this. Okay? Yes, he or she shouldn't have said that to you. Agreed. Now, what are you going to do about it? All the excuses come up over here because we want to protect our ego and pride from being more hurt. Unfortunately, that doesn't work for us. It only puts us deeper and deeper in our own misery and in our own suffering. So every aspect of your life right now where you are suffering or you are not achieving a goal, how much of acceptance do you need to move in? How much of letting go? That feeling of entitlement, it actually limits us. It doesn't allow us to look with a perspective of, hey, maybe I didn't get this position because I still don't have the skills or the maturity to. Let me work on that and get that position. Instead of going around and saying, oh, everyone's biased and finding fault with the entire world for your own misfortunes, your own, failures and stuff like that, you are responsible at the end of the day. And that's why acceptance is a beautiful thing. When you start to learn to flow with life. Again, like I said, you don't have to accept the stuff. You got to stand up for what is right. There is the right way of doing it and there is the wrong way of doing it. And then there's holding on. You want to hold on. You want to be in control. Most people who find it difficult to accept have control issues, which is not a bad thing. It's okay. Be aware of it, accept it, and change it slowly. Perfectionists, for example. There's nothing wrong with being a perfectionist, but you want to channel that energy into excellence, because if you just keep it into trying to make sure everything is perfect around you, you are going to be stressed, anxious, angry, frustrated, because no one ever said that people and things around you have to be perfect. It's not natural. Not even nature is perfect. Okay, you can look at all the roses growing in a line. They're all different shapes and sizes. Look at plants, look at trees. The same species, some of them are strong, some of them are weak, some of them are straight, some of them are bent. So when you try to hold on to things, that comes from an area of wanting to control. So when you learn to start letting go of things that you cannot control, that's when your anxiety is going to fall, your stress, your own suffering, your want to control produces a residual emotion, which is suffering, misery, anger, bitterness, guilt. All of this comes from your own behavior. So like I said, if you found out today that you're a person who likes to be in control, you want to work with that. Many things are not in control. You can't control what your children are going to say and do. You can't. You can just give them the best, and then you have to let things unfold and see where you need to nurture, guide, improve, discipline, all of that stuff. Even people around you. You can't expect them to say the things you want to hear all the time. And if they don't, then they become your enemy. Then you start finding fault with them. You start putting yourself down and putting them down because they're not saying the things you want to hear. They're not behaving in the way you want to behave. When you have employees with you or you have anyone, everyone's going to be different in their own way. But the more accepting you learn to be, okay, the more stress you're going to get out of your life. And like I said, if you can't accept it, like if I can't accept someone in my work organization, I don't have that problem. It's an example. Okay, I have two choices. Let go of that person really is great. I learned to accept them for who they are. So accept the negatives in them because it's not damaging anything. It's only damaging my ego. I accept them. I look beyond their faults or their limitations that my mind sees as faults and limitations. And I learn to accept. If I don't want it, I have the choice to let go. Why continue with the stress? Let go. So you have the power. No one can make these decisions for you. You have to make them by being humble enough to understand how much of a role your ego and pride plays. But when you learn to live with acceptance, it is one of the most beautiful feelings. All the fights you have start to get less. All the things that you're chasing starts to get easier to achieve. All the things that you're resisting, you stop resisting, they start to slowly happen. So we play a role in all of these things through the power of acceptance. When can you start? Right now. Right now, the things that are not going well in your life, how much of it can you accept? How much of it can you let go? You master this, okay? You change your life in a second, in a minute, in a week, in a year, 10 years. It's up to you when you want to start that change. Because like I said, once again, there is nothing you can do to control things that cannot be controlled, people that cannot be controlled, situations that cannot be controlled. So take that energy that you put there and put it on the things that are within your control. The things that you can impact, the areas that you can make a change, and that's how you make a change in your life. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. And remember, you care is all about you. And yeah, let me add one more statement. Everyone says, "Oh, it's easy to say but difficult to do." But is it impossible? So then stop justifying your weaknesses by making statements that add no value to your life. Yes, it's difficult. Okay, we've established that right now. It's difficult. Now it's still your responsibility. Do something about it or go on complaining that it's difficult. Life is difficult. Everything is difficult. Being a parent is difficult. Being a partner is difficult. Being an employee, being a business owner is difficult. Suck it up and make a difference. Suck it up and make a change. That's how it needs to be done. You don't need therapy for that. You need to make a decision for that. You need to make that decision. It's easy to hide behind words and hide and use sentences to justify our inabilities to change, but it comes up to you. It's up to you at the end of the day. So suck it up and decide how you want to make your life work and then move in that path. And that's the difference between people who make impact and change and succeed and people who are still stuck on the other side, complaining, blaming, finding fault with everyone in their lives but themselves. Have a great day.